No, there's the there's the meme that goes around that it's like born too late to explore the world,
Yeah.
born too early to explore the galaxy,
Yeah.
born just at the right time to explore dank memes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hello, and welcome back to another week of Two Sheep in a Pool. My name's Ben.
my name's James.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Not bad. First one back after New Year's.
Yeah, New Year.
The wild,
New you.
crazy party that we had.
Was it wild and crazy?
We played beer pong.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, it was all right. It was kind of relaxed.
Did you win?
I didn't win a single game.
Because I wasn't there.
Yeah, I did not win a single game of beer pong. It was pretty sad. But we did have, and he got those, like, I don't know how to describe them, like a shit kazoo. You know, like the little blowy things. Like them.
A kazoo?
Yeah, but like usually they have like maybe like the little.
Oh, do you mean like
frontal-
the party ones?
Yeah, the
like
party
a paper
ones.
kazoo that's like a
Yeah, like a funnel.
yeah.
And they were like unreasonably loud.
Mm-hmm,
Like I've never felt more like an autistic person. Yeah, when it was just like this just noise, I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Can we? We have neighbours.
Yeah.
Please stop this. And then I took them off everybody and hid them because they were
like the,
way too loud.
What World Cup was it? When was it? Is it the Vuvuzelas?
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit much as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
Is a vuvuzela just a complicated kazoo?
I mean, I'm going to say with full authority, yes.
Good. I'm glad
I feel like this podcast consists a lot of us talking about things that we know nothing about, like we know about them.
Yeah, that's the best way to do things.
That's basically the whole of December summed up when we became a film review podcast.
Yes. We are the authority on everything, Ben.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Right. I don't know if you've noticed. You probably haven't.
What?
What am I using?
You've been using... Oh, you use an iPhone.
Yes.
For prefacing this with a bit of backstory,
Yes.
you've been using iPhone for a few years
I
and
have.
you switched to a new phone.
I did. I got a Google Pixel 3.
You did, and
Over
now
Christmas.
you've got an iPhone back.
I did. So,
What up with that?
yeah, you saw my issues with the screen of that.
Your blotchy screen.
Yeah, so I had like some weird green discoloration on my phone.
It looked like, to describe it, it was like when you press on like a computer screen a bit hard and you get like kind of a ripply...
Different coloration, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like on a TV if you've pressed too hard or something like that.
All right.
And basically, I've sent it back. So, and I don't know if you had this issue where, have I called you and we had like real connection issues on my phone?
Yeah, I could barely understand you.
That is on every phone call I've been having as well.
That's what you want on a phone?
Yeah, so I've been having some like real issues with that. I was ringing up off my phone back to the people I bought it from saying, I'm having some issues, I'd like to get a new handset. And they're like, I can't hear you.
understand.
And I'm like, well, this is the point.
God.
So basically, I've sent it off
Yeah.
for like review. So they're going to have a look at it and see whether it is applicable for an exchange.
Right.
So that's my complaint this week. I'm
Your
like,
complaint? So this episode is a roast on Google.
apart from that, I really like Google.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just annoying that I've got like a new phone. I'm like excited to use it.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of been...
Puts a bit of a damper on it,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah. Kind of sad.
But you like the phone, I mean, apart from the blotch and the...
and then being able to use it as a phone.
Yeah, I was going the basic function.
Yes, it was basically because I'm going from iOS to Android.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like muscle memory that I had to change going through it, but I did really enjoy it. It was quite nice. The camera seems really nice on it. And then I had to send it back.
So send it back. Well, poor old phone.
I know, sad times.
Well, poor old you.
Poor old me.
I don't think the phone really knows what's going on.
I know, I'm just annoyed.
Mind you, with technology these days, the phone will probably be sentient soon.
True that.
Yeah, true that.
True that.
Well, that was a short complaint from you.
Yeah,
Are you going to think, okay, right, Google, anything else you don't like about them?
I mean, no.
No. I was trying to make a graph using Google Sheets, and it wouldn't let me add another axis, so that's my complaint.
Yeah.
Sort it out, Google.
Why do you need more than 3 axes though?
Because I've got
Axes?
lots of variables on the
Yeah,
graph.
just have a different graph.
But I want them on one.
I think this is more a problem with you, Ben.
It is.
Yes.
Should we complain about me?
Yes, complain about you. You sweaty man.
In my defense, I've just come back from a run.
Yes, it's true. I rang Ben up and he was on a run and I was like, are we not recording a podcast in a bit? And he was like, is that not tomorrow? So we're all a bit crossed.
Yeah, full transparency. This is winging it to the max today. What are you recording with?
So yes, we've got some sort of haphazardly put together equipment here. So we've got the microphone as usual, but it's resting on a music stand and held together with parcel tape.
Yeah.
And the pop shield's just chilling on a chair.
On a chair. I mean, it's my bad. Because I thought it was tomorrow, just all my equipment's at the venue I'm playing at, so...
It's all good. It's
all good. We've got sound. It's doing its job. Unless we'd pointed it out, no one would have known.
No. All we need is us, Ben.
Yes.
We do.
The heart and soul of the Two Sheep show.
Mm-hmm. Two Sheep show is a TV show now, is it? We've got our own little production.
Yeah.
I like it. Thinking big. Have you got some news?
I got one bit of news.
Right, news Bleat then.
Again, I should probably have aggregated more, but I forgot that this was a thing. Right, so this should probably have been in the New Year review thing.
Okay.
You half know this stat because I was trying to quiz you on it the other day with film revenues.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I was boggling at the amount that Disney as a studio bought in. Mm-hmm. And I was getting you to guess.
Yes.
And then, we were wild guesses all over the place.
Yeah, because it was Disney as a studio
as
on
a
their
film studio. Yeah, not Disney as a...
conglomerate.
Yeah. Good use of words.
Thank you. And I got it right as well. Yeah, because I was like $1 trillion because I knew that like Apple were making that kind of money and stuff like that, and you were like, stop being a fool.
Yeah.
So go ahead, finish your news then.
So my point is, film revenue. This is all in dollars,
right?
The films in general, global totals, domestic. Right. So this is domestic revenue in America.
Okay.
The total of films for this year is 11.
All films, not just Disney.
All films.
Okay.
Is 11.9 billion.
Right.
Okay. How much do you think of that is Disney? So of all films that have brought money in, 11.9 billion.
Is this gross or profit?
Gross, I'm going to say.
Okay. I'm going to say something over 50%. So like 6 billion or something like that.
So it's nearer 8 billion.
Wow.
7.6 billion of that is Disney. And this is the year before they've merged with Fox. So next year, they're going to own like 80% of film revenue.
When does it become a monopoly?
Last year?
Last year, yeah. I feel like there should be, or can you have like government interference to stop? I mean, they are creating good
that's
films.
why when the merger was kind of looking like it was going through, it's being delayed because there were like a look into it from that point of view of, is this going to be affecting culture, basically?
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going ahead, but I mean, undeniably, I feel like it is.
The problem is Disney probably put a lot of lobbying in for like the US government because didn't trademarks and all that stuff kept getting pushed back basically because of Disney.
Right.
And their ownership of like Mickey Mouse and stuff like that, because it used to be only a certain amount of years since you patented it or trademarked it. And then basically Mickey Mouse was coming out of that. So they were like lobbied to extend it. So now it's up to the life of the creator plus 75 years.
Yeah.
Which is like a ridiculously long time before you can kind of... Does it stop culture evolving around references and stuff like that? Because if you wanted to remake, Snow White in your own way, you couldn't do that and for like another 50 years or so?
Yeah, my hope would be that there's enough foresight and kind of divisions under the umbrella that there's still enough people making stuff, although it is always going to be overseen by one company ultimately, and whatever their last say is. Yeah.
Just let's hope they're not bad.
Yeah. I mean, like, on a whole, everything they've put out this year has been good.
Yeah.
Really. But I've made this point a couple of times, but like seeing the numbers like that, because it was kind of, I was thinking like it was going that way, but seeing it on paper before this merge has happened is...
Does that number oversell the number of like how much of a monopoly they have. Just because they're the most profitable, do you know what I mean? Because they're making the most money doesn't mean they're controlling the whole film sphere.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like it's definitely a big indication.
Yeah.
Like, how else could you
Make so much
quantify that?
Yeah. I mean, you only have to have quite a few successful films to make that amount of money.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just because it's under all one umbrella as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, that's my one bit of news.
Okay. Should we move on to fake news or not?
Oh, here we go.
So for those that don't know, I come each week with 2 news stories that are either totally fabricated by myself or are real, ridiculous news stories, and Ben has to work out if they're fake or not. Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Probably not, judging from the past.
Past one. I'm rooting for you this week, Ben. I think you've
rooting
got
for
it.
me
I
as
think
well.
you've got it. Okay.
Here we go.
My first one is Australian man screaming at spider, "Why don't you die?" triggers full-on police response.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And number 2 is Buddhist authorities are hunting for a monk for being too ripped.
Say that one again?
So Buddhist authorities
Okay.
are hunting for a monk for being too ripped.
What's Buddhist authorities?
So the Buddhist community as a whole have been like, we want to find out who this man is because
not
he's too ripped.
Not because he's done anything wrong.
Well, because for them, so basically he went out of his way to put pictures of his body on social media.
Okay.
And the Buddhist community have said that is against the Buddhist values. So,
okay.
yeah. And the other one, do you want to talk about that? Or
Right, I'm leaning towards this being real
okay.
because it's in Australia. Mm-hmm. The spiders there they're the size of cars, and they could kill a man.
Yes. 8-Legged Freaks was just a documentary about Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's my understanding anyway. Mm-hmm. I could understand someone trying to kill a spider that's pretty big in their house and shouting, "Why don't you die?" And someone outside hearing that, thinking they might be murdering someone.
Right.
So they call the police, and then I can see that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe that's why it's fake, because it's so believable.
Oh, now you're doubting yourself. The double doubt.
It's almost like this game is by design to catch me out.
Who? No.
Yeah.
No, Benjamin. You think I would do that to you?
Right, okay, I'm putting a pin in that one.
Okay.
I don't even know where to go with this story. This is... ripped monk, people not happy that he's ripped. Buddhist authorities, I mean, that just sounds fake. I mean, there's not much to mull over here. I'm just going to have to kind of say fake. First one's not fake. I'm going with that.
Okay, so the spider is
true.
Not fake, true.
Yes.
Okay.
Monk man, I'm going to true.
True?
Double true.
You are correct, Ben.
Oh my God, I'm so happy right now.
Yes, they're both real. They're
streak
both real.
is finally over.
Is that your? I think it's your
I've broken the
first fully
cycle.
correct one. Yes.
No, I've done one near the beginning.
first-
I think it
first
was
one?
like second. No, it was the very first
Yeah.
one. I was right.
You got them
and
both
I'm right again.
Well done.
I'm the best.
So 2 out of 12 is not bad. Yeah. So basically, do you want me to show you a picture of this?
Yeah, go on. How
this-
ripped is this guy? Hang on, don't. We're gonna lose the table here. Do you want to send it me?
Yes.
Okay.
But I can just pick it up. Let me just. No, I'm just gonna pick it up.
I'm just having flashbacks to all the weeks that you've spilled drinks on this table.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he's pretty ripped, but why are people so up in arms about this?
So basically, because
He doesn't look like a monster.
it's not like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Basically, they tarnish the religious image of Buddhism.
Right, okay.
So, he's not supposed to sexualize his body by posting online.
Has he responded?
No.
Is this guy even a Buddhist? Like,
I think he is a Buddhist monk. He
my point is, if they don't know who he is and they can't find him and he's not responded, could he not just be a man who's ripped?
it could be. You've caught me in a point here,
Like,
Ben.
I want to know, why are they if I posted a picture of my body on somewhere, would everyone go, oh, it's a Buddhist? What's the indication that he's a Buddhist?
a Buddhist monk. Basically,
Buddhist monk.
The robe that he's in is like a Buddhist monk robe, is the idea. But you are right, Ben. There is no hard and fact proof.
Triply right this week. I'm bringing these stories down.
You've caught me in a weak story there.
Australian man. Is there any pictures of the spider or? Is my scenario that I kind of went through what happened? Yeah.
Basically, he's a man from Perth, and he's an arachnophobe, so he's terrified of these spiders. And so basically, so a passerby heard him shouting, "Why won't you die?" at the spider after trying to squish it multiple times. So a caller walked past and heard a male screaming out, "Why don't you die?" repeatedly, the log read. The toddler inside was screaming. The caller doesn't know them, but it had been seen a few times when walking. So they thought it might have been like attacking a child or something like that.
Yep, I think both responses are fair. One from the arachnophobe and one from the passerby.
Okay.
I feel like that's the main reason that I don't want to move to Australia, is the wildlife there could kill you. Anything there could kill you. The water's full of sharks.
Yeah.
The houses are full of spiders and snakes. These kangaroos could kill you with a kick.
Yeah, well, I think kangaroos are like a real issue when you're driving.
Yeah.
Like if you hiss a kangaroo, they do some
big
damage. Yeah. And I've got a friend over there who was saying that she had a real danger of nearly puncturing her tires on a porcupine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so she like nearly ran over a porcupine, and that can like really mess up the tires of your car. You'd have to go and get a
hefty wildlife.
Not a new car, but obviously new tires.
I mean, part of me, my girlfriend's got family who live there, so I'm sure at some point I am going to visit Australia. And I know that she'd quite like to live there. In the back of my head, I'm just survival instincts. Like, don't go.
I mean, I don't think they have that many deaths a year from the wildlife.
Well, in my head, it's
every day. Yeah. So can I had actually 3 stories this week that could have been, news, fake news or not, that were all ridiculous.
Don't you try and take my win away from
me? No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. No.
I thought you were going to introduce the third one, and my win would only count if I could.
No, I am giving you a third one, but this is a
new game.
No. This is just a story.
Oh, okay.
Story.
Tell me the story.
Yeah, basically, a student drug dealer was spared jail because the judge said that his texts, because he was impressed with the grammar within his texts.
Oh, I think I saw something about this.
Yes, this is why I didn't want to do it, because it was kind of big in news.
Yeah.
So it's like in the UK, a student drug dealer spared jail as judge says he was impressed by the grammar in their text messages.
Right.
Basically because they use like...
That must have been some good grammar.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's... helps if you're rich and white and privileged.
Well, I'll remember that when I'm dealing drugs next, to use good grammar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. So that was the other one, but I'm glad I didn't, because if you said you'd kind of heard it.
I think I would have gone with true on that one.
Yeah. Right. Moving on.
I'm happy. We could just end the podcast now.
Well, that was nice listening. You can find us on all the usual places.
I'm trying to think, is there any other sections we normally do? I feel very out the groove of the podcast right now. I'm kind of out of it. I don't know what's going on. Where am I?
You need to stop. You have a shower. Get ready.
No, I'm good. We'll power through.
Okay. So, I've recently read a book.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, take it back.
I just remembered the thing that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, I'll take it all back.
We'll come back round.
Put a pin in that.
Remember what you're going to say. You've got to remember, because it's the main topic. Sidebar. One last film review.
Oh, right, yes.
I saw a film this week that is good.
Mm-hmm.
A Star is Born. You said you have no desire to see this film.
Correct. I'm
going to say, go see this film.
Oh, okay.
You said you don't want to see it because it's a musical. And I said, no. This is a film that has music in it.
Yes.
That doesn't make it a musical.
Right.
And you said, no, that does make it a musical.
Yeah, any film with music is musical.
That's not true.
Okay. They are musicians in it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do they sing in it?
Yeah.
So the main characters sing in this film?
Yes.
Have they released singles from this film of them singing?
Yes.
It sounds a lot like a musical, Ben.
It's not. Right. In my life, I sing as a job. Is my life a musical?
If we recorded it and put it as a main feature film...
No.
Yes.
That's like saying any music documentary is a musical. about a band who has
is this a
put
documentary?
music. It's not a documentary. But
It's Lady Gaga's in, isn't it?
It is, and she is fantastic. She can act. Like,
can she sing though?
she can. Nah, she's shit. No, she can sing. Like, she's the highlight in the film for me.
Is it Bradley Cooper?
Bradley Cooper, and I'm new respect for him as well because he directed in it, acted in it. I know he had a hand in the songwriting in the songs in it, and I feel like he might have had screenplay involvement as well. I might be just adding that one in, but either way, directing and acting alone, he's amazing. Like, I have so much more respect for him now. I've never seen him in like a fully serious dramatic role. I know he's done a few, but this is the first one that I've not seen him do a bit of comedy or something.
Have you not seen American Sniper?
I've not. I've got it downloaded to watch, but
he's good in that.
Good in that.
Very impressed.
But new respect levels for him. Just I will say no spoilers for it. But it is an emotional roller coaster.
Spoilers. They sing.
Full spoilers. They do sing, and it is a musical.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I feel like you might be biased because it's about a musician, and you are a musician, Ben.
No. Hang on, are you saying the fact that I think it's good?
Yes.
That's not true.
I don't know why, but I just want to hate this film.
Why? It is honestly fantastic. 5 bars. The Two Sheep official review says it's 5 bars, whether you like it or not.
Well, it's only coming from you, so that's half for good, so it must only be 2.5 bars.
No.
I think that's how that works.
Because I know that this is, it's got kind of Oscar buzz and stuff around it.
Yeah.
And it does live up to all that.
Okay.
There is. If you want to see some acting, go and watch this.
Okay. As a sidebar to your sidebar.
Is it related to the sidebar, or is it a sidebar fully from the sidebar?
No, it's related. Okay. I watched Bird Box.
Oh, okay. Yep.
In this film review podcast that we now do, and we just speak about films.
Yeah. Do you not get the memo?
That is also really good. I was very impressed by that. Sandra Bullock, now she can act.
Yeah.
She's very good.
What do you mean? She's had a massive career.
I don't mean just now, but I mean just like...
Just now?
Just now.
She can act.
And I meant like now.
Like after the film?
She can act.
She can act like for her future films?
No, as in like you were talking about Lady Gaga acting. Yeah. And I'm like now talking about someone that is an Oscar-winning actress.
Yeah? You're nodding. Do you know that?
No. I don't know that, but I'm just assuming.
Okay, don't email in if she's not won an Oscar.
And it was basically, I'm thinking about how many other zombie-like films they can do where like they remove a sense. Because they had A Quiet Place, which is basically a zombie-like film.
Yeah.
Apocalypse where...
I've not watched this. I know I need to. Is the premise that there's evil entities out to get people?
Which film?
For Bird Box.
Yeah.
And if you see them, they make you see something so horrific that you kill yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically that. And then there are other people that see it and it's beautiful for them and they don't kill themselves and they try and make other people see it.
Okay.
So they're like agents of the evil, basically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, basically, I keep saying the word basically.
Basically.
Basically. No, how many different films can there be where it's like an apocalypse, but they remove a sense? So, A Quiet Place is you can't speak.
This one is
you can't see. I feel like one where you can't smell is not going to be very good. And I think hearing what is almost the same as the speaking one, so I feel you can't go much further now.
I was going to say, because Quiet Place is kind of like, they use a lot of sign language in that, don't they?
Yes.
So that's kind of...
And you have to be quiet, so your hearing is basically non-existent.
Yeah.
Apart from when you're inside, and this one's the
It's
same.
weird that both of these come out in the same
year. Yeah.
I mean, they must have been going on production-wise at the same time, really. But
yeah. Both of them very good.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Bird Box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone's going to watch one... Not that you have to just watch one, but yeah.
And there's more memes come out of Bird Box for sure.
I've not seen any.
Have you not?
But I've kind of been trying to avoid them because I've not seen it and I don't want any spoilers.
It's just stuff like, I don't know.
You can't see.
Yeah, basically like someone looking for, like me looking for the perfect boyfriend or something like that. And it's like just Sandra Bullock with an eye mask on, like looking around like, I can't see anything. Or something like that.
Good one, memes. Netflix, because they're really cagey about... like figures of viewers and stuff, but they've come out saying this is the most watched Netflix thing of all time.
Yeah,
which is pretty impressive considering how long it's been out and all that.
I think there's been like a hard marketing campaign for it. I think it's been kind of everywhere I look, ironically.
Yeah.
And now we're speaking about it now. But, if it is a good film as well.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah. Seeing as we're a film review podcast now.
Yeah.
This is a streaming exclusive. Like, this hasn't had a cinema release, has it? Do you think that we're going to see a lot more of that?
I think from Netflix, yes, because they are losing a lot of the rights to the other films that the studios produce because they're all getting on the streaming bandwagon.
Yeah, they've put out a lot. I think they're gradually getting more picky with what they put out. But I feel like, was it last year or the year before? Like every week, I was just seeing articles of them just throwing money at everything.
Yeah,
to just have it on the service.
Yeah, so. If they keep producing films like this, then I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I do enjoy going to the cinema.
Do you think would you have enjoyed this film, especially because this is quite a visceral reaction? Anything that's like thrillery, if you're seeing it on a big screen, I feel.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a shame that we might see less of that?
Maybe. I think it's weighing it up, isn't it? The cinema costs can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, and you're half paying the money because you want to see it as soon as possible, and half paying it for the experience of the speakers and the big screen.
I will say I had the most enjoyable cinema experience when I went to see A Star Is Born. There's a new cinema opened in Liverpool, Everyman Cinema, and every screen's full of sofas instead of normal seats, and there's a proper bar, and they bring you drinks and food out. That was the comfiest seat I've ever sat in the cinema.
So during the film, they had people come and bring you food, like it was a restaurant?
They finished it like a restaurant, but they only did it until the trailer's finished.
Oh, okay.
So I ordered drinks at the bar, and we didn't get any food, but other people did. Like full burgers, pizzas, stuff like that. Ooh. So you were in a sofa and had like little tables kind of floating above the armrests.
It sounds really nice.
It was incredible. It was the nicest cinema.
Wow, that sounds really nice.
But yeah, more cinemas do that. Great.
Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What, us two?
Yeah, a nice little date night.
Okay, cool.
That'd be beautiful. Oh. Would you go and watch A Star Is Born again? Just so that I watch it, and then I can spite it.
I probably wouldn't do it. I would do it again, not soon. It's not one of those films that I want to keep rewatching. With superhero ones, I can watch again and again with Easter eggs and wider universe, but this was standalone.
Yeah. Do you have we spoke about this where you watch the same film over and over again? We have spoke about this. No, let's not do this.
We did it with games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch things again and again.
I cannot rewatch something in the same 6 months. Can't do it.
Depends what it is. Some things, I went and watched Black Panther twice at the cinema and then ended up seeing it a third time in the cinema. 2 off my own back, and then the third was we were with my girlfriend's niece and nephew, and they wanted to see a film, so we took them to. But I enjoyed it all 3 times just as much.
I can say, I think with pretty good confidence, that I've never watched this. No, I have. I was going to say I've never watched the same film twice in a cinema, but I have.
Okay.
I watched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the part 1.
Part 1.
Twice.
Any reason?
It was on a date with girls.
Okay.
And they both hadn't seen it, and I was like, yes, I will go and watch it with both of you.
I want to know, second time,
yes,
did you let on that you'd seen it already? Or were you like, oh yeah, that looks great, let's go see it. Totally new for me. And then you gasped in all the right places.
She had also already seen it. So
really?
I think we kind of just went just to have a date. Full disclosure, first date cinema dates are shit. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we did that.
I mean, because the cinema's not very sociable.
No.
And when I say not very sociable, it's not at all, because you can't talk. That's the point in the cinema.
I think we did something afterwards. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But then, other than that, I've never watched the same film twice.
I think I've never watched a film more than 3 times in the cinema. The 2 that come to mind, Black Panther I saw 3 times, and Star Wars The Force Awakens I saw 3 times.
That's money you'll never get back, Ben.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
If you say so.
I do. 2 Sheep review, watching films again and again are good. Right, okay, sidebars over. Back to the main topic.
Yeah, so basically.
Basically.
Can you just edit the word basically every time I speak at the beginning of every sentence?
That won't be time consuming whatsoever.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Or shall I just say the word basically?
I could rig up like a keyboard next to you.
Oh, yeah.
And assign basically in different pitches. And whenever you start talking, you can just pick
press
one.
that. And then you can do this.
Okay, don't punch your mic again.
Don't punch my mic again. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right. Anyway.
I've been reading a book.
Yes.
That gave me a lot of different questions that I kind of want to put to you and see how you felt about that.
Okay.
And the wider universe that it's in.
Good.
Okay. So it's called The Singularity something.
Come on, you got to get the if we're talking about a book as the main topic.
Let me get it. Oh, I feel silly now.
It's all good. I'll just fill time.
Singularity Project? Oh, what is it? Singularity Trap. That's what it's called. Singularity Trap.
Project Trap, similar.
Yeah. And basically, in this, there is a man who gets converted. Spoilers for the book.
It's because we're a film review podcast.
Yeah. Who gets converted from human flesh and bones into a complete being that's run by nanites, basically. So it's like set in the future.
Yeah.
And basically he touches this metal that's alien in origin, and it basically slowly transforms him into a chrome being that is just fully made out of nanites.
Okay.
And my question was, and they wrote it in the book, is like, when does he stop being human, or is he still human? So basically it starts off, and it's just his forearm up to his elbow is chrome, and it's just metal.
Okay.
And he never has like this breaking consciousness.
So he's him.
That's him, yeah.
Okay.
And it just slowly converts him all the way up his appendices, up his torso, and then just like he wakes up after a few days. His full head is now just metal.
Okay.
They run tests on him. There is no organic material in him anymore.
He, as far as he knows, if he closes his eyes, he's him.
Yeah, he can talk, he can speak, he still has conversations with people. He's still the same person to them. Is he still a human being?
I kind of want to say no.
Yeah.
He'd be a new species, or he'd be a subspecies.
Right.
Ultimately, does it matter? Because he is still him.
Well, it's like, is he afforded the same right, like human rights? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's worried that, the Navy are going to take him away and do tests on him.
Yeah.
And he's not going to have the same rights as a human would, because they're just going to argue he's not a human.
You're not human
so we can do what we want.
But then because he's made of metal, he'll just beat them all up and get out of there.
Yeah.
What's your view on this? Because maybe not in our lifetimes or to this full extent, this probably could happen.
Yeah, it's saying, is your consciousness what makes you a human? Or is it your physical body? Or is it a combination of both?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of research is being done towards nanotechnology, especially to modifying organic tissue to keep repairing itself.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's a separate thing, because then you're still human. It's just being repaired.
It's basically the same thing as if you could map your whole brain and all its activity and all of its memories and put it on a computer. Is that computer still you? Do you know what I mean? If you were dead and you were like uploaded to this computer, and from your point of view, you're still you, but for everyone else, you're
I would say
on a computer.
Yes, then from the perspective of human rights and that, if your consciousness is still human, you think as any other human would, it still applies then.
Yeah, so you wouldn't legally, turning them off would be murder, for example.
Because then you could, some very sketchy areas here, but I'm saying, say you were, all 4 of your limbs were amputated and you had artificial limbs, you're still human.
Yeah.
So, yes, he's still human. That's my final answer.
Okay. If you're saying that because it's your mind that makes you human, those people that are in a vegetative state, are they still human?
Yes.
Why?
They could recover.
Okay. So
they're not dead.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they were dead, they were still human. So if they came back from the dead to their former selves, they're still human. They're just alive again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I agree. I think a consciousness is something really important, and I think we as a society will get there maybe with AI and stuff like that. And if that becomes self-aware,
I was going to say the maybe more important question is if AI keeps going at the rate it does. We've kind of skirted around this topic before, but if AI starts thinking at a level that humans do, or even beyond that, they won't be human, but things like human rights and things like that will come into play with that. If a machine becomes self-aware and can think like that, then they should have the same rights.
Yeah. I think as a society, we probably won't give them those rights.
I feel like it'll be a struggle, but some conclusion will have to...
Yeah. I think initially we'll probably be like, no, they don't have the same rights. And then through a process, we will get there. I think that's my bet. If I feel like
if technology does go that far and it becomes that good that they're basically humans, it'll be like racism.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Those issues will arise, like segregation between robots and humans and all that jazz. Although, do you feel, because Sci-Fi, which is basically what we're talking about, I know that it seems more within reach now, has been around for so long, and these topics have been like spoken about. Do you think it will get that far, or is this always just something that we'll imagine and think we're going to get near?
As in, are you asking the question that if it did arise, it wouldn't be an issue because we've already explored it through like literature and movies and films and stuff like that?
I was more thinking, do you think this will happen in our lifetimes? Do you think it's feasible that what we're talking about now is actually something that we'd have to worry about?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
With the time travel all over again.
We're getting very deep existential.
Yeah.
Perfect for an episode where we're winging it with no...
I would like to think that, yes, we will have some sort of artificial intelligence within our lifetime.
Yeah, I could see it to a degree of... I think because it seems so far out of reach, machines that are fully self-aware seems unreasonable still. Like I think we'll reach quite soon AI that acts like it is, if that makes sense.
So
like we'll have programmed it so well that like first appearances will seem that way, but in actual fact it's not. It's still just a clever series of commands. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
The problem is that the way we're going to make AI is that we're not making it. We're making the machines that will make the AI.
Yeah.
So this is basically computing at the next level. You program a program that makes programs, and they test it, and basically
when it becomes self-learning.
Yes. So we have self-learning. Yeah. At the moment, we have quite a few chess computers that are self-learning and self-taught, and working their way up. I think we're not as far as you think we are away from it. I've got nothing to base that on really, but I think we're a lot closer to having a AI revolution, maybe.
Yeah. Because I think the big thing at the moment is we've got a lot of self-learning AI that's really good at one thing.
Yeah.
But the next breakthrough will be when it can do multiple things.
For sure. And
teach itself to do all of them better.
Yeah. I think it'll come almost overnight. It'll be like exponential growth. It will...
Well, it's that point, isn't it? That once it reaches a pace of self-learning that it can teach itself fully, then it's only going to get quicker from there.
For sure.
It will literally be one point, not, it can self-teach, now we've got to sit back for 10 years and wait for something to happen. Mm-hmm. It could happen so quick that it'll wipe us out before we even know it's happened. Yeah.
So this book was like set in space, and you had to get on a spaceship and travel out to this place where it happened.
Yeah.
Would you go into space? Like, let's start with that.
I'm as a child, I was more into this than I am now. I've not really looked at any space stuff for a while, but as a child, I was super interested in space. I would like to go to space, yes. I think that would be pretty amazing.
So, following up from that, would you, for example, take a 20-year trip and have to stay on Mars for like 20 years before you could come back? Would
Yeah, that not so much.
Not so much. Why?
It depends what's on the other side. Because I imagine that you'll be one of the first people to go there. What opportunities is Mars going to offer me? I don't want to give up my whole life just so I can say, I've gone to Mars and now I'm here until I die.
Do you not think that you would be memorized in history? You know, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, but
third person
I've got to travel in space for a lot of years. Pretty boring. I'm more thinking, me personally, what on earth could I offer of any value on that trip to...
So anyway, here's Wonderwall today, and then you get killed.
Like I
then you don't have to spend the
couldn't
rest of your life.
research. I would offer nothing in terms of scientific research. Is my point.
Yeah, but you know, you've got to have some sort of cultural stuff over there to keep everybody sane.
True, but I think that would come later.
So you wouldn't be the groundbreaking
No.
first person on Mars.
I wouldn't want to give up everything I know here to go to Mars.
Yeah, that's fair
and
enough.
Die.
Yeah, because it's basically a very similar question of, you know, would you go to and live in another country for the rest of your life? But like less benefit, I guess. You wouldn't
Like if space travel got cheap enough and quick enough that I could, if you said it's a 10-year round trip,
right,
that would be different. And it depends if you can bring family, friends with you. Obviously, it would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah,
But
I think no. There's the meme that goes around that it's like born too late to explore the world,
yeah,
born too early to explore the galaxy,
yeah,
born just at the right time to explore dank memes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of people that have that want to explore and like discover something new. And I think I would put myself within that bracket.
yeah. Would you? Same question to you.
Probably no as well. Only because I've got so much here as well.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I wouldn't.
what I mean.
But you know, if it was like, for example, me and my girlfriend, would I take that? That's much more convincing.
Yeah,
To have, you know, the person I love to go with me and do this kind of amazing trip.
yeah.
Then I probably would.
I think for me, the thing that would be enough is go to space, see Earth from space.
Yeah.
Go, oh, yep, it's not flat. Come back. I think seeing Earth from space would be special enough.
There's like a phenomena for that. It's like maybe the perspective phenomena or something like that, where astronauts will go out into space and see the Earth, and it kind of just puts everything in perspective.
Yeah.
You know, makes you know, arguments that you had with your parents seem so small and insignificant. What's the point of that? I think that would be an awe-inspiring experience.
I could definitely see it messing with your head a bit.
Yeah.
Like, what is everything? Because if you think it's just like life, I don't know, just every day you're on this planet, but you don't think about that. I don't wake up every day and go, I live on Earth. But if you're in a spaceship looking at Earth, what does that... do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a photo taken from the moon, and it's like the Earth is like a small, or maybe it's a photo taken from a satellite that's traveling out of the solar system, and it's like a small dot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember reading the title, and it was like, everybody that's alive right now is in this picture.
Yeah.
And it's just this tiny little
nothing.
blue thing, and it's like, it just makes you realize how small and insignificant your life is.
Yeah.
And how kind of in the grand...
We're getting so deep.
Yeah. I feel like we need to get like... This needs to be like 2:00 in the morning. We've just had a night out. We've just come back in like, you know, does life mean anything?
Yeah. I wonder how many people we've lost in the conversation on the way. Just like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? No, but it's like, basically, we are small.
Yes. Undeniably.
Undeniably, in like the size of the universe, or even the size of our solar system or our galaxy, we are almost insignificantly small. And you have to kind of then take meaning from the small things in life and kind of like make your own validation that way.
If there is no meaning to life, make your own meaning type thing.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't I don't want to bully anybody that finds enjoyment or meaning from anything else in life. I think that's, people that go around like, you know what, I'm going to talk about at this point, people that go around and like just say this thing is shit. If you've been looking at this, like for a perfect example, I want to talk for a second about Piers Morgan.
Okay.
Have you seen recently what he's been whinging about?
Are we talking about the sausage roll?
The sausage roll.
This really cracked me up.
Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, Greggs has just gone like above and beyond. This should have been in news. Greggs have just gone above and beyond. Sidebar. Gone above and beyond and released like huge PR about a vegan sausage roll.
Yeah.
So they've like, what we've all been waiting for.
Funded by your favourite non-profit, Vote for Vegans.
Vote for Vegans, yeah. So, and basically Piers Morgan went on Twitter and said, what the fuck is this? No one's been waiting around for this. It's a bunch of shit, basically. And people, I don't understand why they give him the airtime when he just shits on people for like no reason.
Yeah.
I've bitten into it now where people complain about him. I think any publicity for him is good publicity.
Yeah.
And now I've fallen into the same trap. Gosh, damn it. Damn
We're
it, Piers.
promoting Piers Morgan now.
God damn it. Although, did you see how like Greggs gave out these vegan sausage rolls to like the press and stuff like that?
No.
So they gave it in like a perfectly white iPhone-esque box.
Did they?
And you had to like slide it up like, and then like inside is this like perfect vegan sausage roll.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they've kind of gone above and beyond to like hype up Greggs.
They had an incredible marketing scheme on their hands before they even did this, because the people who want a vegan sausage roll are going to really appreciate the fact that there is a vegan sausage roll that they can have, and everyone who it will offend is just going to generate a huge quantity of press for them.
Yeah.
They were just in a win-win situation from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I saw on Twitter someone was saying that Pound Bakery already do vegan sausage rolls. Or
Did they
like that. Yeah. and it's like $2 for £1 or whatever. It's cheaper. So they were like advocating for Pound Bakery instead of Greggs.
Well, there we go. Pound Bakery for the win.
Pound Bakery. Oh, I was going to say sponsors, but now if I can't even say your name right.
No, Pound Bakery.
Pound Bakery sponsors.
Yeah.
So yes, existential vegetarian
Well, I was gonna say,
vegan
anyway,
sausage
from
rolls.
talking about space travel and vegan sausage rolls, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
About vegan sausage rolls or life?
About Piers Morgan and why I've just given him the airtime, and it's just kind of annoyed me because I kind of came to a full realization at the end of my little rant
Yeah.
that he kind of strives off that. Not that like we're like some big community giving him lots of air.
Yeah, you've given him so much press
air
right now.
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast, stop thinking about Piers Morgan. Stop it. No, I just think that attitude that he has that some people share of kind of belittling the things that people enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, that's never fun, is it?
But he gets a lot of airtime and a lot of people enjoy that.
Yeah.
Is it, maybe I'm just wrong and that's what a lot of people do enjoy.
Well, people enjoy moaning. I think that there's no one on this earth who doesn't get a little bit of joy from moaning.
Yeah, but a woe is me.
So build a career off it and other people will join in the moaning.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, to be controversial, just to be controversial.
Yeah, it's like that, is it Katie Hopkins?
Yes.
She's an awful woman.
Yes.
She's
But is she the
some
same?
vile stuff. I think she's the same, but a bit worse, if anything. She's said some outright
Yeah, horrific
things, yeah.
The one thing that I can remember about her is like she went on like a massive rant on This Morning.
Yeah.
And she was like, I just find it really stupid when people name their kids after places like they've been to, like they name their kid like Barcelona or like they name their kid like Sicily. And then like she went on this massive like 5-minute rant and then Philip Schofield was just like, isn't your daughter called India?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And she was
What
like,
was her response?
and she's like, yes, but she's not named after the country.
Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Celebrity Gossip Podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we're not talking about outdated celebrity couples this time.
Yes.
Should we go back to that?
No.
Right, let's get back on track. The book you're reading.
Yes.
More scenarios.
Basically, how would you feel if you got turned into this kind of nano machine, would you...
What can I do? What's the benefit of being a nano? Has he got soup? Can he fly?
He never needs to breathe, eat, or like...
But I like breathing and eating.
Yeah. So he's got like... He can survive in space without a spacesuit and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the nanites like reorder themselves so he can kind of like pass through stuff. So like the nanites will like eat through anything.
Okay.
And then just like build it behind them so he can kind of walk through walls,
That's
kind of like
cool.
slowly and stuff like that.
I wouldn't mind that.
And basically,
are you trying to skirt around spoilers without saying spoilers?
and like just going really deep into the book about the whole thing. But basically, it's an alien technology trying to contact intelligent species, and they kind of leave it as a trap for them to fall into, and then they contact back to the people that made it. So these original sentient beings that have uploaded themselves into this nanite form. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. What my point was going to be, how will it affect my life negatively by being a nanite man?
Well, you could never come back to society, I think. Like, no one's going to take you...
No, I don't want to be the nanite man.
No.
I don't like the sound of it.
No, and basically he worked out that his consciousness was kind of running as a simulation over the top of like this computer that was actually in control of the nanite. So he didn't have like full control. He could kind of be like, have a feeling and kind of control it.
But he was just on autopilot watching.
Well, he was basically like a program running on a computer.
So he's not really very human anymore.
Well, are we not? Is our consciousness not a program just running on the body that is our computer?
I don't know. I'm changing my mind on my answers earlier now.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're a consciousness running on a computer, are you still...
Well, we're not...
But we are, aren't we? We're just a flesh and body computer.
We've not been programmed, though. We've not been...
No, but
made by a man behind a computer.
No, well...
And don't say God is a man behind a computer.
No,
I thought that's where you were going.
No. But, do we have free will in the sense that, we feel like we do, rather than we are a computer that has a program and predestination decisions? So a computer makes a decision because of the programming it's been given and its past results.
Yeah.
Do we make the same decisions because of our internal programming?
I think we can draw comparisons between
Yeah.
our mind working like a program,
Right.
but ultimately we're not.
Yeah. Do you think we have free will, total and utter free will?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. In the sense that
You're talking like biological programming over generations is influencing your free will now. Is that what you're saying?
And no, basically that you are a consequence of your chemicals of your brain, your biological inheritance from your ancestors, and your past actions and decisions. So, for example, if you could upload your mind and everything that it contains, all its memories, onto a computer, and gave it a scenario, pick, for a simple scenario, pick a color out of 10, it could pick with almost 100% certainty the color that you would pick.
Yeah.
Because it is you, basically.
Yeah.
And so you don't, it's already made that decision. Do you still have free will to make that choice?
I think the thing that we're differing on is from what our perspective of what is free will. Then.
Right.
Yeah, I think, yes, we have free will, but our free will is predestined from biological programming over generations. But yes, we have free will.
Is that not just the illusion of free will then? Like
I'm cool with that.
You feel like you're making a choice, but you're not actually making a choice.
But you are making that choice.
But like consciously, you're not, because you are.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I think that's the point where we differ, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got another complaint.
We're going to sidebar it. You just want to put it at the beginning?
We're going to just sidebar.
Okay.
It's going to be a winding main topic.
This is all over the fucking place.
Sidebar. I was going to say this at the beginning.
Okay.
It's not a complaint, but it's kind of a complaint.
Is it about Kate Hopkins?
It's not.
Okay.
It's completely unrelated to anything that we've just been talking about.
Okay, cool. Cool. Take me away from my sprawl of I've just lost my own consciousness.
Yeah, we need to bring it back into
please,
some
rein me in.
semblance.
Rein me in.
Right. I've completely forgot where I was going with this.
Ben.
Hang on. No. Okay, I'm back. Sidebar.
Okay, back in the
We're
room.
on track.
Okay.
Yoga.
Yoda.
Yoda, the
Yoda.
Jedi Master.
Yes.
No, yoga.
Yoga,
Yogi
yes.
Bear. No, right. Okay. I've started doing some yoga because I've been running more.
Right.
And I've been sore, and I thought, stretching, that would
Right.
be good. And I've been doing tutorials from YouTube. And I like the stretching. That's good. I can't find any yoga that just teaches you the stretching.
Right.
They're always like 4 or 5 minutes in, and then they'll be like, just take a minute. Just ground yourself.
Think about yourself. And do you actually make free choice decisions?
Yeah. That.
Right.
I feel like I'm probably just searching for the wrong... I need to like search for like, I don't know, Pilates tutorials, something more sport related. My issue is I like yoga from the physical point of view, and then it starts annoying me when that comes in.
Kind of the spiritualism kind of...
Yeah.
Like, just let me stretch, woman kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think yoga goes hand in hand with that. I think you can't escape from the spiritualism that is encapsulated within yoga. I mean, you could for certain. There must be someone out there that's like, I just like to do these stretches.
I feel like maybe I just need to YouTube stretches. That's where I might be going.
Yeah,
wrong.
but then
The thing I do like though is that I feel like a stretching video is a 10-second long where they show you the stretch and then they just like go away and do it. I do like the way that the yoga's like guided in a 20-30 minute thing. I just want to take the other bits out of the thing.
Yeah, maybe there is a gap in the market there, Ben, that you could do.
I feel like there
yoga.
must be enough people that think that it must be there. I've just not found it. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe they just all put up with it.
Maybe.
Everyone's like, oh, I really like doing yoga and the physical workout that it gives me and the stretches, but I don't like,
Just
in
ignore
their
the other
minds, the
bits.
mumbo jumbo that comes with the spiritualism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that's related enough. Spiritualism and thinking
Spiritualism.
about
Yeah,
yourself.
there we go.
And the consciousness stream that I've just been blurting out.
Is that directly related enough that it's not a sidebar?
No.
No.
Definitely a sidebar. Definitely a sidebar.
I've got another sidebar.
Sidebar to the sidebar? Okay.
Are we in a sidebar? I thought we'd finish the sidebar.
Well, but we didn't go back to the main bar.
Okay. Sidebar regardless.
Okay.
So I said at the start of this to you, off mic, we might have to stop recording because I've got a package being delivered. I just got the notification saying my package is being delivered,
Interesting.
but it's not.
Oh, we've been recording this whole time.
I have a feeling what happened the other day was the delivery man had got very lazy. He just dumped a pile of packages in the entrance to the building.
Oh, God.
And I have a feeling that's what's happened again.
Oh,
I don't understand why this happens, because I had this happen, this is years ago. The iPod Touch had just...
this is years ago.
Years ago. I say just. It's not long been out. And I'd been saving across, it was like a birthday and Christmas money and pocket money, and I had enough to get an iPod Touch. So I ordered one. Similar thing happened. I think it was my mum got a text saying your parcel's been delivered, but no one was in. So we were like, ooh, what's happened? We got back. It was late at night. He just left it on the doorstep. I was like, that's the most, how irresponsible have you got to be to just leave?
That's that is bad, right?
Okay.
But in my brain, I've seen so many videos, and like we spoke about this video where people were stealing stuff from porches.
Yeah.
Is this much more common in like America?
I thought the one that we watched with the guy who left a trap, basically.
The glitter, yeah.
I think he had put a note on his parcel, I thought he said, to say if he's not in, leave it in the porch.
Yeah.
Because his was in a little porch area, wasn't it? This wasn't even in a porch. He just left it
on your front doorstep.
out. We have a porch.
Okay.
It wasn't in the porch.
No.
It was in front of that door.
Terrible.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well.
I'm going to have to go down in a minute and have a look
we'll check it.
where my parcel is.
Right. Back to space.
Back to space, okay.
Yeah. Bit of news about space. Did you see that China have landed a probe on the far side of the moon?
I'm nodding. I thought you were going to say something else. I have also seen that, yes.
Okay. And it just made me think about when do you think that we're going to get more like human exploration back into space?
Yeah, it's kind of halted.
Yeah, since like the Apollo missions, we go out to the space station.
Yeah,
and do that. I say we.
Yeah, you and
we
me
as a
pop
humanity
down there every
me and my brother. No, do you think we will go back to the moon as like as a species, as a humanity?
I suppose it depends what more has the moon got to offer us that we haven't got from it.
Well, like a permanent base.
Yeah.
Would we go and then build a permanent base to then
I
use
could see that as like a launch point
to get to Mars and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I think within the next,
that'd be cool.
20 years, we will probably start doing something like that.
Because I suppose that will start happening.
The moon,
they're basically building trade routes across planets.
Yeah.
So you can like hop from the moon's the starting point, you go across to Mars, and then just leapfrog further and further along to refuel type thing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that'll definitely happen.
That'd be cool. Do you think we will have someone land on Mars as a human in our lifetime?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
I feel like I'm fairly convinced that's because there's so many. I feel like there's a similar thing happening with the space race when all of this was kind of kicking off.
Yeah.
A similar thing's happening with the first company that are trying to get to Mars. Because there's NASA and then Elon Musk with SpaceX, and I feel like there's another couple that have announced plans as well. I feel like it'll just be, and maybe it'll slow down again after that, but there's a race that's going to happen to get a human to
on
Mars.
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely be in our lifetime.
I would love to see that. Like, I feel that was an actual huge cultural event. The moon landings is like, people that watch that will never forget it.
Definitely.
I kind of want to have that experience.
Completely agreed.
But with Mars?
Yeah. I think we'll see it.
That'd be cool.
Well, I can see it now. We'll all go...
What, right now? Is it online? Holy moly.
No, I'm picturing like we were going to watch the football. We'll be in a bar somewhere waiting for the Mars
That'd
landing.
be so cool.
Yeah.
Do you think how many conspiracy theories about landing on Mars do you think there'll be?
An unlimited amount of conspiracy theories.
Do you not think there'll be less, though, because it's going to be more video evidence?
No. I think when the amount of conspiracy theories from people who today think the Earth is flat, if that's happening, there is going to be so many more for if someone's going to Mars.
Do you think once we land and have like a base on Mars, people will be like, no, Mars is flat.
Mars is flat.
Mars is flat.
In fact, that's...
Don't rationalize it, Ben. No.
Because you could get a telescope and look at things like the moon, and why do they think that they're fine to not be flat, but the...
Ben, because just look outside. Look how flat it is outside. It's flat. It's flat everywhere, so it must be flat.
It still makes my head hurt and makes me angry with the flat Earth.
Ben, you're supposed to be pro-conspiracy.
Sorry, I am. I believe the Earth is flat. Atlantis is real, and Area 51 is alien run. There we go.
Yeah. God, I need to stop knocking things.
It's almost like
I'm
this
like
is a botch job of a mic stand.
I would love to see a Mars landing, even a moon landing. I think that'll come first. But I don't know how soon that's going to be human wise. Before we, do you think? I think we would go onto the moon and then from there to Mars, like set up a permanent something on the moon.
I don't think that is the plan.
You think they'll go straight to Mars? I
feel like we're talking on topics that we're definitely not qualified to.
We are definitely qualified, Ben.
But definitively, from our point of view, I seem to remember reading some plans for at least Elon Musk's one, and I'm sure it didn't involve the moon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be a.
I think that's going to happen sooner than you are thinking.
Tomorrow.
I'm sure within a decade. That's the current.
God, that'd be cool.
The current plan.
How do you think, with enough determination, you would be able to be on that ship, like from right here, right now?
I don't think I have enough of a drive to want to do that to try and make that happen. No, I think. How old would they ideally need to be for the people who are? Would they want someone? Because at the moment, it's basically going to be a one-way trip. If you're the first person going, it's going to be a one-way trip, really, isn't it? So do they want someone who's a bit older, but still near peak physical? Because you don't want someone who's like about to die on the trip on the way. That might defeat the object a bit.
Yeah.
Or do they want people? Will they be looking for like children who can grow up and have a life on Mars? Or that'll come later.
I wonder. So say they send a team of 10 or something like that.
Yeah, we're talking about this like they're sending one single person.
Yeah,
That's definitely not going to be the case.
So a team of 10, a mixed group. Do you think they would have a protocol of like, no sex on Mars? We don't want a child to be born on Mars.
Yeah.
But I think imagine that'd be crazy.
Oh, can you imagine the panic of realizing you're on Mars with a team of 10 and you realize, oh my God, I'm pregnant.
Oh my God.
How on earth would you go about that? Sorry, could you send a nurse over? I mean, I'm sure that all the people in that team would probably be qualified enough to
I
help
think,
deliver a baby.
I think it's more that they train someone up to be a nurse rather than sending a nurse over. I think you wouldn't have enough time.
No.
It goes with
I think how cute the little spacesuit would be.
Oh man, being the first person born on another planet.
That is more of a question of will that happen in our lifetime or not. I don't know whether that will happen in our lifetime.
That'd be cool.
But that's gonna happen. Can you imagine being the first Martian? Because you would be a Martian. Would you have a Mars passport?
Oh, that's an interesting. Would you, depending on...
Are you a pirate? Is it like Uncharted?
Is it like international waters?
Yeah, not Uncharted. International waters, that's where I was going.
Yeah. Yeah, would you
now
be like
we're getting to the real
law?
questions.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think it depends. So if you have American parents, are you automatically American?
Probably, I don't know how that works. If say you and me had a baby in Spain.
For a second then, I thought you said, imagine that you were me. And I was like, why do I have to do this? Like, I don't know where we're
Obviously not imagine if you were me. Imagine if we had a baby. That's far more rational.
Yes, of course.
No, say that anyone had a child in Spain.
Right.
Would that baby be Spanish?
I think it really depends on each country. So I think in the UK, if you're born here, you have a right to citizenship, I think, and the same with the US. But places like Japan,
so you can pick.
Yeah, but I think places like Japan, because our friend Fraser was born in Japan, but I don't think he's allowed to get Japanese citizenship.
Huh.
Because they're much more strict with it. I think you have to have your parents have to have citizenship before you and stuff like that.
Well, Fraser, if you're listening, can you try applying for a Japanese passport and see what happens?
No, because he's got brothers that live over there.
Yeah.
And they, I think they're the same thing. They
still have to
get visas and they don't have to get, they don't get the permanent residency.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if not, I'm sure he'll correct us.
Yeah.
And then we can update you next time.
Or not. That is kind of cool though. If someone is going to be born on another planet at some point.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they will. Even if it's 500 or 600 years from now when
that's cool
when
to
we've
think about.
colonized the planet.
And then you'd be famous for like forever. Like that child could not go through their whole life without knowing that they were the first.
Yeah, they'd be like Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
Yeah. Imagine, wouldn't you be like a twin? And then you could be like, and then you half share. No, because then there's always one that's first, isn't
the other twin would never live that down.
No, you
You'd
wouldn't,
be like,
would you?
I was the first person born on this planet.
Yeah.
Poor the other twin.
Poor the other twin. Well, that'd be really cool.
That would be.
Why am I not that cool, Ben?
I don't know. I think we're born at the wrong time.
We are born at
You can still look at dank memes.
Get them dank memes in.
Right, the other thing I thought you were going to say...
Go on.
Is, I can't remember the name of the thing. There's a satellite that's travelled the furthest point that we've ever explored.
Yeah, that
in the
went
galaxy, and it went past. I can't remember the name of it, but that structure that's like two little planets kind of stuck onto each other. It's shaped like a snowman. Have you seen this?
No,
I'm gonna
not the Pluto thing. Because it went past Pluto a few months ago, didn't it?
It's the furthest we've ever explored, and it's taken a picture of what they couldn't decide whether it was like a meteor or a planet or something, and it's not very big across, but they've got a picture of the furthest known.
And it looks like a snowman.
Explored, and it looks like a snowman.
This sounds like fake news.
No. Hang on.
Fake. I'm saying fake.
Right, I don't even know. It's got a name, obviously, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm just going to have to type in...
I can't believe I've not seen this. Ben, I look at, like, shit tons of headlines.
Explored space photo planet.
Because surely is like, NASA, do you want to build a snowman headlines out there?
That's why I've seen them. I'm sure there's a page I follow called I Fucking Love Science.
Yeah,
this no, I swear
this is
to
the
God.
same Atlantis bullshit.
I swear to God, if you've got BBC News have probably still got it on, because I got a notification after I just read that on Facebook. BBC News, I got a notification saying that they're taking a photo. I swear.
You swear to you, Ben.
I swear down, mate.
Well, what, is this in the last few days? Or
Yeah.
today?
No, like maybe 4 or 5 days ago. It's called Ultima Thule. So Thule. That's the thing.
I've got Ulti Thule on Facebook. Is that who we're looking for?
Right, the latest images of the solar system's most distant object ever explored show Ultima Thule, an icy celestial object located 6.6 billion kilometers from Earth.
Does it look like a snowman?
It looks like a snowman. I'm going to have to send you the link. I can't believe you've not seen this. This is big news.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I'm always looking at small news. Do you know what I mean? Like small, little independent.
You're always looking at fake news. That's what you're doing. Because we've finally, the point was they've been getting really low res images as they've been getting closer, and we're finally starting to get higher res ones, and we've still got higher res images to come, obviously, as it gets closer.
This first picture just looks like a smudge.
It's click past that. There's others.
Okay,
that was the one that came like a week and a bit ago.
Oh right, yeah. It does definitely look just like two snowballs
like
stuck on
snowman.
top of each other.
Yeah, I'm sure it does go into detail saying that when they were formed, they were individual, like objects that
have just spiraled into each other.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
and then they
cool.
became a snowman. Yeah.
Wow.
That's where I thought you were going anyway when you were saying, have you seen
No.
space-related stuff?
Well, very interesting.
There we go.
Is that it?
I think that might be... We have gone on the most tangents we've ever gone on
Yeah.
in an episode.
If this was the worst episode you've ever listened to, I'm sorry.
Email in.
Email in.
Tell us how bad it...
You can find us in all the usual places. Facebook, Reddit, Twitter,
YouTube,
yes,
Spotify.
Please do leave a review on iTunes if you can. 5 stars would be great, helps us grow. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you very much.
Yeah, really, thank you.
Well
for
done.
listening. Well done. I've been James.
I've been Ben.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.